Hi beauties, welcome to my channel. This channel will solely be dedicated to all things beauty and makeup. I will be teaching you guys different tips and tricks on how to better apply your makeup. On today's model, we are going to be doing a beautiful silver smoky eye, and I paired it with a nude lip. It came out absolutely stunning. If you guys like these videos, do not forget to like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, don't forget to leave them down below, and I will get to it as soon as possible. See you guys in the next video. Bye loves. First, I'm going to go in with the eyebrows. I know I skipped eyebrows in my last video, but this time we're going in with the eyebrows. First, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Brow Kit. This is a powder. I don't know if this is still for sale, but I use this usually when I want a feathery brow opposed to a structured brow when I use a pomade. And that's the look that we're going for today. I'm just going to be cleaning up the eyebrows with concealer, getting them pretty clean and crisp. And I just use the blending brush to just get everything super blended. I just want everything really, really clean for this look. And usually I do not go over the brow with concealer. I go over the brow with a foundation that is very close to the model's skin tone. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Then I'm going in with the P.Louise primer. I'm not too sure what number this is, but I'll put it down in the description box. This is the more natural tone opposed to the white base. So I'm just putting that all over her lid and I'm going to blend it in. And then I'll be going in with this BHCosmetics Daisy Marquez palette. And what we'll be doing is marking out where we want the dark shadow. So we're going to kind of go in with a approach as if we're doing a halo eye. So I'm going to mark out exactly where I want the dark shadow to be. So I'm making a half of a circle on her eyelid, and then I'm basically going to just blend that out. But I'm blending it out with a tiny blending brush, which is really, really dense, so I can keep the product in place exactly where I want it. I usually go back and forth between eyes because then you get the exact same shape between the two. And then I'm going in with a purple shadow with another dense brush. It's not as dense as the first one, but it's a little bigger than the first brush we used. And I'm going to just blend out that dark blue with a little bit of purple. I'm not taking it up too high because I don't want it to be faded all the way into the brow. So I'm just blending it as much as possible on the lid. Now I'm going to go back in with that base, and I am going to mark out exactly where I want her highlight color to be in the very center. And usually you should tell your model or your client to open their eyes so you can see exactly where the shadow will fall. Usually I go back and forth just to make sure that it matches as best as possible. Sometimes you aren't going to get it the exact same because everybody's eyes aren't exactly the same, but symmetry is important. So I recommend that you do them at the same time just to get it as close as possible. And I'm just running the same dark blue shadow in the very beginning and the end because of course I want to get that halo look, so I'm going to run it on both sides. And now I'm just adding a bit of glitter over the silver eyeshadow that I applied. The shadow wasn't as shimmery as I expected, so I just put a little bit of glitter over it. And now I'm going to be applying her lash. I always show you guys one lash. I'll be applying the one lash using my pink tweezers, and I'm just going to get it as close as possible. Initially, I didn't want to do a liner, but I ended up doing a liner because I think it tied the look together a lot better. Because the look is this dark, I want to smoke out the underliner and wipe it off. I'm just going to prime the skin and then jump right into foundation. So I did use two different shades for her skin tone. I used a darker shade on her outer perimeter and a bit of a lighter shade inside, because if you can tell from her shoulders and her chest, it's two different shades. So I kind of wanted to embrace that. We're gonna go in with a lighter concealer under her eyes. So I just wanted to accentuate all her shades and just bring it together very nicely. That's something to also keep in mind. A lot of times women of color, their neck, their shoulders, and their chest is usually different shades. So you have to go with the best possible match. It's up to you to decide which shade would be best for your client. So, I mean, you can use your own discretion. So I'm using the exact same beauty blender that I blended out her foundation with. I'm just going to go under her eyes and blend that as close as possible. I'm also applying a little bit of concealer on her forehead and on the bridge of her nose. So here you can see her skin is very dewy, and this is exactly the look we want to go for. So I'm going to set, however, I'm not going to take away all the natural dew from her skin. So you're going to see what I'll do. I am not baking, I am pressing this powder into her skin very deeply. You can see I'm kind of sweeping it. Like as I press it in, I'm going to sweep it off so it doesn't sit too long on the skin, because of course we want it very dewy. Now I'm going back in under the eyes and I'm going to be smoking them out. I'll go in and tight line, because when you have such a dark look and the model looks straight, you can see the skin, and I prefer for it to be fully smoky, so I love to tight line dark looks. I think it really ties everything together. Now we're gonna go in and reverse contour. This is one of my favorite brushes from Morpher. It gets it very straight. It does most of the work for you, so it's perfect. Now I'm going to go in with this blush. I'm not going to go too heavy on blush because, as you guys can see, her face is already really chiseled and I think it's perfect. So I'm not going to go in too heavy, but I am going to contour the nose because I love doing that. I'm going to go in and contour the nose. You guys are going to see how I reverse contour the nose. I love doing this as well. Keep in mind when you are contouring and reverse contouring, you have to make sure after dusting this powder off, everything is fully blended properly. So I would recommend that you watch the face from every angle. Now my favorite part, you guys know this, I am going to be adding a bit of, I said a bit, I'll be adding some highlighter on her cheeks, on her nose, and of course I'm going to bronze her entire chest because that's just what I do. A little bit on her forehead. I don't usually do this unless the model has a ponytail, or in this case her hair is very short. A bit on the forehead just because it just looks really pretty when the light hits it. And now I am going in with this NYX pencil, and I'll just be lining her lips, and of course we're gonna go in with the classic nude lip. I'll also be going in with the nude lipstick from NYX Cosmetics as well, and then I'll be topping that off with a gloss from Colourpop in the shade PS. Don't forget to clean up your lips, guys. This makes a total difference. And this is the final look, guys. Do not forget to like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.